Good morning, it's potato day, take 2. We tried about, I don't know, 3 weeks ago or something like that, was it? To dig them up, and there was nothing there. There were teeny little marbles. Anyway, we're taking them out today, come what may, ready or not. But we've since realised, since doing that, how overgrown it's become here. We hadn't really realised how tall all these had gotten. I mean, for most of the day it doesn't shade the light, but it certainly does for part of the day, so we're going to take those down as well a bit later on.
I think it'd probably be better if we start at this end, you know.
All right.
That way we can work. It's easier to get in here.
Right, okay.
Some weeds here as well. You planted these deep, did you?
Yeah, I did. So I planted these way back in March sometime. I planted them too early because they were sprouting so much. And we've dug up about 4 plants and there was nothing on them. Well, a tiny amount. So I'm just really hoping we can get something today.
We got a bucket or something.
Oh, first one, rather small. Right, I'm going to go and find a bucket. I'll keep my expectations low, I've just got that for now.
Close. That's what we said.
That's Matilda, does that for us for thing.
Right, okay, we'll move in. Sweet potato. Oh, tiny though.
Some in there.
Slow.
So this first patch he was digging, they were called Swift variety, and they've all been quite small and poor yield. Although I mean, obviously the conditions aren't the best. But we're moving now on to the home guard variety, and they are much better. They're a better size, and there's a better yield of them. Or possibly not off that particular plant.
This one.
There's the one.
Oh,
That might be the Swift, I think. We're just trimming some of the bushes back because we're kind of get moved.
see the rasps.
Oh, great. Little hidden bunch of rasps there. We took the raspberry plants out. Was it last year or the year before last?
I think it was about a year and a half ago now, just in December. I think the year before last.
Lift it up, let's see how many we've got.
Oh, a few, 1, 2, 3, 4.
There's some down at the bottom as well, a big clump.
That's about 15 or 20 rasps there.
Worth having. Right, we're down to our last 2 or 3 now.
There's another one here.
Split that, throwing that like that, fancy.
Say again?
Split the potatoes, wouldn't it? Not many in that one.
No. Thing needs turning over, doesn't it?
It's absolutely full of weeds.
There's a potato here, another one. Ah, there you go.
Oh yeah.
Saw one there, vanished.
Right, so that's that patch cleared. They're all up. That's the whole. I'm not going to complain too much. I'm pretty pleased with it, really, considering the terrible early spring we had. The fact that this has become completely overgrown, and I also forgot to earth them up, so I can't really complain. They're really nice potatoes. Tiny bit of slug damage on a few of them, but apart from that, they're really nice, healthy looking potatoes. The home guard are really nice, and once we've tried and taste tested them, if they're nice to taste, certainly to grow, they've been really good. I'm impressed with them. Right, the next thing we're going to do for this border is, well, we've got this compost that needs mixing, so we haven't been able to mix it because of the potatoes were in the way. So we're tipping that out, and we're actually going to let the hens have a good poke around on this border and through this compost for a couple of hours, which they will love, and it'll help us get it all mixed in, and then it'll go back into the bin again.
I need this spade really.
They're so busy having their dust bath, they're not interested. Can you believe that?
There will be.
Matilda and Jemima haven't clicked on yet.
No,
Matilda and Jemima are the new hens, and they don't know the routine yet. They're oblivious.
Are you coming? Come on, man. Oh, that over there. The most docile and uncurious hens I've ever known. You should see this, you get this in camera.
That's them getting their dust bath. So the hens have had a bit of fun on the compost and they escaped, and I was sitting having my lunch and I heard a squawk, and there they were in the kitchen. So we had to put them back into their little run. Anyway, we're scraping up the compost now, just putting it back on this compost heap, and then we've got to trim these bushes, or Kenny will, and then this border's for replant. Is it?
Opens up that gap. Right,
So that's that border all dug out, de-potato-fied and ready for the next crop. And Kenny has just cut off a mammoth amount of overgrowth. I don't know whether you can tell by looking. I'll take you up and show the great pile of stuff we've now got to get rid of somehow. Anyway, that's a good morning's work. I'll show you this pile of cuttings, and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to plant in this border. There we are, that's the monster pile. What we really need is a wood chipper. That would be great, we'll get rid of that in minutes. As it is, it's probably going to be a couple of trips to the dump to try and get rid of it. Right, so this is what I've got to go in this border. Personally, I think it's probably going to be a bit late, but I'm going to put them in obviously and see what we could do. They are Crown Prince squash. They've been in those pots for ages and ages and ages, just waiting for these potatoes to be ready so I can get them in. Anyway, at last the day's come, so I'm going to push these in. They get a bit more light now that that's cleared, so fingers crossed. You never know, especially if we can get like an Indian summer this autumn, we might get some squash. Well, that has been a hot and sweaty day's work. I can tell you, I'm absolutely drenched in sweat. It's boiling hot now. Anyway, canny little potato harvest. Not brilliant, but better than I expected. The squash are in at long last. And now we've just got that massive pile of trimmings to deal with. Don't know what we're going to do with it. Anyway, right. Thanks for joining us. Catch you next time. Bye.